Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you get your data into one of the most powerful data warehouses on the planet, Google BigQuery.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Picture this. You've got a file, right? It's packed with valuable information. And over there, you've got this powerful but empty BigQuery engine just waiting to go. So what's the best way to bridge that gap?
Here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the main ways data gets in. Then we'll cover what you need before you start. After that, we'll walk through 3 core methods from super simple to super powerful. And finally, we'll figure out which one is the right one for you.
Now, before we even think about loading, you've got to know the 2 main entryways for your data. Think of it like a building, right? It's got a huge delivery bay for big shipments, and it's got a front door for single packages. Each one has a different purpose.
So fundamentally, you've got 2 options. You can stream data in real time, which is awesome for stuff like social media feeds or sensor data, but it costs money. The other way is batch loading, basically uploading your data in big chunks. Now, this method is incredibly powerful, it's widely used, and get this, it is completely free to load your data this way. The trade-off is just a little bit of latency, but hey, Google makes it free because they want your data in their ecosystem. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Okay, with that in mind, let's talk about what you need before you can load anything at all. It really just comes down to 2 simple things. You need the right key to open the door, and you need the right kind of luggage to pack your data in. This table just illustrates the keys to the kingdom perfectly. See, instead of making you assign dozens of tiny individual permissions like tables.create or jobs.create one by one, which would be a huge pain, Google bundles them into these really convenient predefined roles. So, for example, if you need to create and update tables, you just assign the data editor role. It makes managing who can do what so much simpler.
And once you've got the right key, you got to make sure your data is packed correctly. This is the luggage it can travel in. BigQuery is super flexible. It supports all the industry standards you'd expect, like Avro, Parquet, and JSON. But you know what? For our examples today, we're going to stick with the classic, the universal, the simple CSV file.
All right, time for our first method. This one is basically like attaching a file to an email. It's simple, it's visual, and it's absolutely perfect for getting started. The key thing to get about this method is its simplicity. I mean, if you're new to BigQuery or you just have one file that you need to analyze right now, this is your go-to. No code, no command line, just you and a web browser. It doesn't get easier than this. And it is literally this easy. You just go to your dataset, which is really just a folder for your tables. You click Create Table, and you choose to upload a file. You pick your file, you give the new table a name, and here's the magic part. You tell BigQuery to auto-detect the schema. The schema is just the blueprint for your table, and BigQuery is smart enough to read the header row of your CSV and figure out all the column names and data types for you. Then you click Create Table, and that's it. You're done. Okay, let's level up to a more powerful approach. This is like writing a tiny script to send 100 emails at once. It's fast, it's repeatable, and it's scriptable. The real advantage here is just pure efficiency for tasks you do over and over again. I mean, why would you click through 5 steps every single day when you could just run a single command? You write it once, and you can reuse it forever. That makes it perfect for any kind of scheduled or reoccurring job. And just look at this. All 5 of those point-and-click steps we just went through, they're all condensed right into this one single command. Let's break it down real quick. BQ load just tells BigQuery, hey, we're loading data. You tell it the format is CSV, you tell it to skip leading rows equals 1 because that first row is your header, and then you just define the destination, mydataset.mytable, and finally the source file. It's concise, it's clear, and it is incredibly efficient. And now for the master level. We're talking about using code to build robust, automated data pipelines. This is like building a whole application that sends emails for you automatically based on whatever triggers and logic you want. This is where you get maximum power and flexibility. We're talking about integrating data loading directly into your own software. So imagine an application that automatically pulls daily sales data from a file in Google Cloud Storage, transforms it on the fly, and loads it right into BigQuery, all without any human ever touching it. And you can do it all with just a few lines of Python. First, you initialize the BigQuery client. That's your connection to the service. Then you define your job configuration, where you can specify all the details like the source format. And then you simply call the load_table_from_URI method, pointing it to your file's location, its unique address in cloud storage.
The job just runs. This is the engine for real, true data automation. So we've seen 3 great methods, right? From a simple click to a powerful script. But how do you know which one you should actually use? Well, the key is choosing the right tool for your specific task. This side-by-side comparison really makes the choice clear, doesn't it? The console is super easy to use, but you can't script it. The BQ tool and the Python API are both scriptable, but as you get the crazy power of full automation with the API, the initial learning curve, it gets a little steeper. You're basically trading ease of use for more and more power.
Okay, so let's just boil this all down to a super simple decision guide. The big takeaway here is really simple. Match the tool to the job. Are you just doing a quick one-time analysis? Use the console. Got a task you need to run every day or every week? The BQ command line tool is going to be your best friend. But if you're building a serious, automated data pipeline for a real application, then you absolutely need the power of the Python API. Just answer that one question. Are you exploring, repeating, or automating? And you'll know exactly which method to pick. Because you have to remember, loading the data, that's just the first step. The real adventure, the fun part, begins when you start asking questions of it. So now that you can get any data you want into BigQuery, the only question left is, what secrets are hiding in yours? Thanks for watching.